Okay, hello and welcome. I want us to look at 451/3, that is Computer Studies Project Guide, where I'll take you through milestone 1 and 2. Basically, when we talk of milestone 1, we are talking of 30 out of 100 marks, and that one is done in term 1. Note, we use both the Microsoft Word and Microsoft Access to do the project. In this case, I will use last year's project, that is Maringo Sports Club System. To start with, the first bit of the project is called system analysis, where we look at problem definition. So problem definition is an important or critical step that involves clearly articulating the issue or challenge that the project aims to address. It's about understanding the gap between the current state, that is the problem, and the desired state, that is the solution. So a well-defined problem provides clarity and direction to the project team, ensuring that everyone understands the purpose and objective of the project. So basically, problem definition, you're trying to bridge the gap between the current existing problem and the solution that you want to give by creating a computerized system. For example, here there is an example of a problem definition. Like now, having read last year's project, that is Maringo Sports. So the Maringo Sports Club, initiated by Maringo County, aims to nurture talent among the youth in various games. To efficiently manage its operations, a computerized system needs to be developed. The system must encompass the following functionalities. So you see, I'm trying to identify the existing problem and the solution. So the system should include the following functions or functionalities. Member management. Here, I will capture and store details of club members, including full name, gender, next of kin, those stuff there. I'm actually getting them from the question paper. The next thing on member management, it will categorize members into minors, that is between age of 12 to 17, middle group between 18 to 25, and senior group, that is 26 to 35 years. Also, it will record individual and group members' membership fees. So basically, you can see that I am trying to show how my computerized system will manage or will resolve the problem. Remember, we are in problem definition. Then the next thing that the system will do is sport management by maintaining details of sports offered by the club. Next, that is the store management. That one is also a solution to a problem. It will manage records of available items in the store, including item name, price, and stock levels. Alert club members when stock levels of any item drop below 20% of the maximum level. You see, basically what I'm trying to do is to explain on how my computerized system is solving the problem, and the problem is to computerize the records and other stuff of Maringo Sports Club. Then transaction management is also another solution given by my system. It will record details of items purchased by members, calculate discounts, compute surcharged fees for lost or damaged items, track facilitation fees, blah, 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 blah. Then we shall have now financial management. You see also that one is a solution given by my system. Remember, we are in problem definition. So we will also work on financial management by calculating total membership fees, compute total amount for items bought, calculate total income for the club. Also reporting. Reporting is also another solution to the problem. Remember, these guys probably were writing the reports using exercise books, pen, but now my system will generate reports on members' details, sport activities, store inventory, item purchases, etc. So that one is also a solution. Then the next part of system analysis is called existing system. Some people will say overview and structure of existing system. So you have to explain to these guys on your documentation or on your project what is the issue with the existing system. So the existing system refers to the current state of affairs or the system in place before any changes or improvements are made through a project. So here we are talking of what are the issues with the existing system. That is the overview and structure of the existing system. So when documenting the existing system, project teams typically provide an overview and detail the structure of the current system. Here is how each aspect is typically addressed. So we shall look at how the aspects are typically addressed. Number one, we have the overview of the existing system. So the overview provides a high-level description of the current system's purpose, functionality, and key components. It helps stakeholders or members to understand the context in which the project is operating. It may include information about the system's history, evolution, and any previous modifications or enhancements. So, the overview might also highlight the strengths and weaknesses of the existing system, along with any challenges or pain points experienced by users. So, the overview here, remember the key point here is that you highlight the strength and weaknesses of the existing system. Then, number two, we shall talk about structure of the existing system. This section talks about specific components, modules, and interactions that make up the current system. It may include diagrams, flowcharts, or architecture diagrams illustrating the system structure, including hardware, software, databases, interfaces, and dependencies. So to avoid giving a lot of stories here you just you can draw a diagram or a small flowchart illustrating how the system works. Then an example of existing system or overview and structure of an existing system. So existing system overview. The existing system at Maringo, remember we are using 2023 KCSE project as our case study. So here, how was it supposed to be done? That is the existing system overview. The existing system at Maringo Sports Club relies heavily on manual processes for member registration, sport management, store inventory management, and financial transactions. It involves paperwork, manual calculations, and limited tracking capabilities. The system lacks automation, making it prone to errors, inefficiencies, and delays in operation. So guys, you can see here I'm trying to show why I should computerize my current system. Why should I computerize Maringo? It is because currently Maringo involves paperwork, manual calculations, and limited tracking capabilities. So I need to computerize to automate this one to come from the paperwork. So structure of the existing system. This is an example. So we have the member registration. You must talk about member registration and others. So member fill out paper forms with their personal details, game preferences, and membership type, that is individual or group. Forms are manually processed and stored in physical files. Membership fees are collected in cash or through manual records for group payment. So here you see the existing system structure is that you fill a form, that is a paper. We are talking about the manual. Remember the topic here or the subtopic here is existing system, overview of the existing system. Then sport management, how is it done currently before we computerize? Sports activities and events are managed manually by club staff. There may be limited documentation of sports-related information such as schedules, team composition, and event outcomes. Then the next part here is store inventory management. How do these guys currently, before you computerize Maringo, work on the store inventory management? So store inventory is manually monitored by the store clerk. Stock levels are visually assessed and reordering decisions are made based on observation rather than systematic tracking. Number 4, transaction management. Item purchases are recorded manually on a paper or in ledgers. Ledgers are big books. Discounts for bulk purchases and surcharged fee for lost or damaged equipment are calculated manually. Facilitation fee for sports events are collected in cash and may not be systematically tracked. Then, how do they do their financial management? Membership fees, item purchases, and facilitation fees are manually recorded in ledgers or spreadsheets. Financial calculations such as total income for the club are done manually. Then, how do these guys do reporting? That is the reports or summaries. Reports are generated manually by compiling data from various sources. Reports may lack accuracy and timeliness due to manual data processing. So, overall, the existing system suffers from inefficiencies, inaccuracies, and lack of real-time tracking and reporting capability. So here you can see how the overview of the existing system is done. Now we go to the proposed system. Here we are talking about the computerized system, the system that you are now creating using Microsoft Access. How about it now that we have looked at the overview of the existing system, which is manual? So the proposed system refers to the planned changes, improvements, or new system that will be implemented through a project. When outlining the proposed system, project teams typically provide details on the objectives, features, architecture, and the functionality of the system they intend to develop or implement. Here is how each aspect is typically addressed. So in a proposed system, these are the parts that you must include. Number 1, objectives of the proposed system. So the objectives outline the goals and the purposes of implementing the proposed system. These objectives should align with the broader goals of the organization stakeholders. So objectives may include improving efficiency, enhancing user experience, reducing costs, increasing productivity, or achieving compliance with regulations. Number 2, you look at features and functionality. This section describes the specific features, functions, and capabilities that the proposed system will offer. It may include a list of key features, use cases or use stories to illustrate how the system will meet the needs. So, later on, we shall look at an example. Then the system architecture. The system architecture outlines the high-level design and structure of the proposed system. It may include diagrams, models, or descriptions. So here, just based on diagrams. Then the next part is implementation plan. Then the expected benefits of the system. So the best thing to do is to now show you an example of how proposed system is done. So the proposed system overview. Look at this. The proposed system for Maringo Sports Club aims to modernize and streamline its operation by introducing a computerized platform. This system will automate member registration, sport management, store inventory management, transaction recording, financial calculations, and reporting process. You see now how I am trying to introduce my proposed system. So key features of proposed system, that is Maringo Sports Club. So we shall have online member registration. Members can register online by filling out digital forms with their personal details, game preference, and membership type. Then the system will validate and time and store member information securely in a centralized database. The next thing, we shall have sport management module. The system will maintain a comprehensive database of sports activities, schedules, teams, and event outcomes. It will facilitate each scheduling of event and efficient management of team composition. You see now, the proposed system will allow member registration, sport management. Will have sport management module. It will have store inventory management. The system will track store inventory in real time, including item names, price, and stock levels. Automatic alerts will notify club members or management when stock levels fall below predefined threshold. That is promoting reordering. You see now, I am trying to show what my new system will actually be capable of doing. Then it will also have a module for transaction recording. Members can purchase items from the club store online with options for cash or mobile money transfer payments. Discounts for bulk purchase exceeding certain value will be applied automatically during checkout. Lost or damaged equipment will incur surcharge fees, which will be calculated and recorded by the system. Number 5, financial management. The system will automatically calculate total membership fees, item purchase amounts, facilitation fees, and total club income. Financial reports will provide insights into revenue streams, expenses, and overall financial health. You see now, the proposed system is well elaborated. Then reporting. The system will generate various reports, including member details, sport activity, store inventory status, transaction history, and financial summaries. Reports will be customizable, allowing club management or members to analyze data according to their specific requirements. Then we shall also talk of benefits of the proposed system. It will improve efficiency, that is, reduce the manual effort in its operations, enhance accuracy. Then it will also make it easy for better decision making and also enhance member experience. That is, online registration and streamlined transaction will improve member satisfaction. You see now again, those are the benefits or the advantages of the proposed system. Then from the system analysis, we usually go to system design. Remember, we were in system analysis where we have looked at problem definition, overview of the existing system, and the proposed system. Now, the second subtopic on the first part of Milestone 1 is system design. Here, you cover the following. Number 1, you cover the system flowchart. You cover the field and data types, entities and variables. You cover input design, and also you cover output design. Remember, this is a very crucial part of project. So, system flowchart. A system flowchart is a visual representation of the flow of processes, data, and interaction within a system. It typically illustrates the sequence of steps or activities involved in executing a specific task or achieving a particular outcome within the system. Here is an example of a system flowchart. Like, for example, this is just a summary of how the system flowchart looks like. That is for Maringo Sports Club. So it is start, then you do member registration. Once you do member registration, you go for sport management, then store inventory management, followed by transaction recording, financial management, then generation of reports, and then the flowchart ends. So this is just a summary. This is just a summary of what is going on. Then this is an example of a system flowchart. You can look at it. You can pause the video and look at it. Also, you can ask your teacher for previous year, that is last year's documentation, one of it, then try to see how the flow chart looks like. Then we look at the fields and data type. You may use a table instead of showing field name. Instead of showing field name, data type, and the description, you can use a table whereby you will have the field name in one column, data type in the second column, and description. Remember, description is optional. So this is an example. Like here, I have written for you 4 tables. We have member information, we have membership details, we have sport activities, and store inventory and their data type. Like for example, full name is text, gender is text, data, that is date and time of birth, that is date and time, contact details text, next of kin text, school or college text, etc. You can see now here the way I have shown my examiner how the fields and data types are described. Then we have entities and variables. First of all, we need to define what is an entity. An entity is a thing or an item in which database is kept for. I don't know whether that English is so confusing. An entity is like a specific thing or idea that we can point to or think about. Like for example, if you create a database about a student or a book or a vehicle, a student is an entity. It is a thing or the idea. Then the variables. The variables are the containers. They are the memory location that can have a value. For example, if I say X, then I come and say X equals to 5. You see, I had declared X as a memory location to hold 5. So X is a variable. A variable is a memory location that can contain a value. Look at an example here. Now I want to group variables. Like for example, member. Member has a member ID. Member has a full name. Member has gender. So all these variables, all these attributes or field names that point to member, those are the variables that will be kept or will hold data about the member. When you go to the sport has sport ID, sport name, sport description. When you talk about when you talk about the store, we have the store item. So we have the item ID, item name, item price, stock level, and maximum level. You can see when we are talking about grouping of variables, these are the, you just take a certain item or a certain table or a certain field in a certain table, then you describe its field names. Then we have input design. Input design involves creating interfaces through which users interact with the system to input data. So here you basically are talking about the forms. Like considering the proposed computerized system for Maringo Sports Club, here is an outline of the input design. Example, we shall have the member registration form. Here, this is the form drawn from the member details table where we shall have the fields shown there. So you draw using Microsoft Word auto shapes. Example below. Remember here we are talking about member registration form as an input device. Try to see what I have drawn. This is a drawing using Microsoft Word. You see now I have drawn that is the form, the member registration form. So you draw around 5 forms. Then we have output design. Output design involves presenting information and results to user in a clear and understandable format. Here guys, you draw reports. You can draw at least 4 reports. For example, here I have taken member registration and also I have taken sports management output. Remember, outputs design are reports. Then we proceed to milestone 2. Milestone 2 is done in second term. So what is expected in milestone 2? we do something called system construction and presentation. System construction and presentation involves developing the software system based on the design specifications and presenting it to the stakeholders for testing and feedback. Here is an overview of the steps involved in system construction and presentation for the proposed computerized system of Maringo crab system. So in system construction or in Milestone 2, you do the following. You put screenshots. So here you screenshot and paste at least 5 tables, relationships, and other stated above in design view. Examples are, okay, just look at the example below. So up there, if I just recap, in system construction, you will screenshot tables. The marking scheme or the scoring guide provided by your teacher will tell you how many, but at least 5. So we have tables, relationship. You shall also screenshot the input screens, that is the forms. Data manipulation, you can use queries or VBA codes if you are better in VBA. Then you shall also screenshot reports, and then you shall demonstrate. You need to demonstrate to your teacher, or you can use screenshots on a small manual showing a demonstration of how your system works. So this is an example. Look at how I have worked on this one. Look at how I have done that one. You see, I have screenshot a table in design view showing field names and data types, just like you can see there. Then relationships. You see, you must screenshot a relationship showing at least 4 links. Mine has more than 4 links. So you do that, you screenshot the relationship. Then in the input or forms, you see what I am doing. You can screenshot the forms, just like I have done. Then we have data manipulation. Data manipulation involves performing various operations on data stored in database to retrieve, update, insert, or delete records based on specific requirements. So here, data manipulation, you can show retrieving member information, query. Actually here, you can screenshot a query trying to show how calculations are done. So screenshot a query showing functions. Like for example here, you can see I have screenshot the query membership table showing how to calculate patrons pay, patrons facilitation, and generally the facilitation fees. Then reports. Show screenshots of at least 5 reports in design view. For example, you can here I have screenshot registration fee showing how the form looks like. You can also screenshot the report when running. Then demonstration by the candidate. An example is here. Here is a demonstration of how the proposed computerized system for Maringo Sports Club could work. So member registration. A new member visits the club website or the database and fills out the online registration form. They provide their personal details, game preferences, and select their membership type, individual or group. After submitting the form, the system validates the input data and adds the member to the database. Confirmation message is displayed, and the member receives an email with the registration detail. Sport management. Club administrators log into the system and access the sports management module. They add new sport activities, specifying the sport name and description. The added sport activities are displayed in a list format for reference. You see, that is a demonstration. Then you can also go on and show stock in inventory, how that one is done, transaction recording, how that one is done, facilitation fee management, how that one is also done. This is just an example of candidates demonstration on how the system works. You can pause the video and read more. You can also contact me to get this copy of the presentation. So that is part of the demonstration. You'd also go ahead up to show how you error handling or validation is done, how reports is done. Then we shall just go through documentation very fast. Remember, your teacher should provide you with a scoring guide. So this is the project report, that is the documentation. This is the project report with the following areas. Refer to the scoring guide for the format of KCSE report. Your teacher will provide you with a scoring guide. For example, here I have attached a scoring guide for KCSE 2023 for Maringo Sports Club, just to guide you. So we have the title page, we have the preliminary pages, we have introduction, then we have user manual, miscellaneous, and then we have project report. So basically this is how the scoring guide looks like. You have one, just go through it. So you have the title page, you're expected to have the name and index number, title of the project, year of examination, and name of the school. Then the preliminary pages, you shall have the declaration, dedication, acknowledgement, table of content, list of figures. Then we shall have the introduction, where we have gone through the problem definition, existing system, proposed system, and what you are supposed to capture. Like proposed system, you see we have the project, scope, benefits, etc. Then you have the system design, flowchart, blah, 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 blah. We have gone through all that. This is just to show you how the scoring guide looks like. Then you can see the system construction, where you have what you are supposed to do. Then we have the demonstration by the candidate. I have shown you how that one is done. Then you have the user's manual, miscellaneous, and the project report. Then, guys, that is the end of the presentation. Remember to subscribe. Also remember to share and like the videos. Thank you very much.